Good afternoon. Just picture this. It's the end of the school year, and it's time to pick the classes for the fall semester. Even though choosing classes is the last thing on your mind, you quickly go over the classes and the suggestions that they have for the upcoming school year. You have one more class to pick, which is an elective that you need to take. Gym, home ec, typing are among the few choices that you have. You quickly bypass the gym and go right to the home ec class. I mean, who would pass up an opportunity for free food? For many high school and middle school students, I'm sure you all want to get physical. However, it's probably not in the way we should be. Obesity is increasing in American children, while the physical education in our schools is decreasing. There are many articles concerning obesity in our children, and one of the articles that struck me was the one in Time magazine. It's called "Dear Parents, Your Child is Fat," and it's an article in Time magazine that features England, where they're taking the BMI, which is the body mass index of their children in their schools, and if they're overweight, they send a letter to the parents saying that your child is overweight, and there's also additional information concerning healthy eating habits, physical activities that your child can do, and the risks that come with being overweight. The article really struck me because I thought that it was a great idea, and I thought that we could use this in our schools as well, because obesity is becoming such a huge, I guess, plague, if you will, in our community. So today I hope to persuade you of the importance of having physical activity mandatory in our school systems. I want to give you some statistics about obesity in our children and the effects that non-physical activities have on our children. And finally, I'm going to show you some programs that we can incorporate in our schools to help our children become healthy. Okay, let's first take a look at why physical activity is so important in our school systems. Obesity in our children, as we all know, has increased. Here's some statistics of obesity from the American Academy of Adolescence in Psychology. And obesity is one of the most common childhood, I guess they call it, diseases in our children. 13 to 80% of our children who are obese as children they will then become obese as adults. 16 to 33% of our children are obese. And unhealthy weight gain is normally due to a poor diet or lack of exercise, and it is the result, and it's responsible for 300,000 deaths a year. And it also costs Americans $100 billion each year for obese children. Now that you know some statistics, we're going to just tell you some of the risk factors that's associated with obesity. A non-physical lifestyle can lead to a number of risk factors, but we're only going to talk about a few today. The first one is low self-esteem. It also leads to depression, anxiety, excessive compulsive disorder, and low self-esteem is really big in, of course, adolescents, middle school, and high school students. Among other risk factors is high blood pressure, obesity, or breathing problems, and trouble sleeping. Alright, finally we're going to take a look at some of the importance of physical activities in our schools and how, along with healthy eating habits, we can decrease the numbers of obesity in our children. Okay, one of the first things that we're going to talk about is the decrease of depression that being active can have. There's a woman, I don't know if you've heard of her, called Susie Hamilton, and she was in the Sydney Olympics, and she was supposed to be the golden child of the Olympics. She was supposed to win it all in I believe it's the 3,000 race, and she ended up falling, somehow tripping, and lost it all. And she also goes on to say in an article that she battled with depression her whole life, and how how running really helped her to cope with the depression, and without being healthy, she probably would have went on a downward spiral. And she really equates running with helping her to get through her depression. So that right there is a testament of how physical activity can really help her children combat obesity. Being active also can reduce blood pressure, reduces hypertension, it also reduces diabetes. And the government also funds a program called DASH, which is the Division of Adolescents and School. And it's basically a physical education that's funded for our children as far as getting the education for eating healthy and getting physical activities in our school system. Only thing is, a lot of people don't know about it. And I think that school systems need to come together and do pep rallies and show the importance of being healthy and being active, and how that can really play a part in being healthy in your life. Some of the activities that I think that we can do in our school systems is, other than like basketball, baseball, football, not everyone is an athlete, not everyone is a all-star, athlete. There needs to be other activities that you can do, such as dance, hiking, yoga, Pilates, aerobics. These are all some of the things that, if you don't like combat with physical sports, you can do that as well, and that can really decrease the numbers of obesity in our children. I think that we need to meet the needs of all physical levels, and really incorporate those in our school systems to help get the children interested in being healthy and how important it is in your life. So as we conclude, I just want to go over a few of the things that we talked about. We talked about how obesity is at a shocking rate and how it is on the rise in our children. And I think that knowledge is power, and I think that now that we have the knowledge, I think that now we need to start making an active effort to decrease these numbers in our children. I really think that it's important that we don't turn our heads, because it's a huge problem. They are the people of the future, and we want them to know the importance of being healthy and how active activities can really help to decrease the numbers of obesity as a child and as an adult as well. Thank you for your time, and have a blessed day.